History of Irish DNA. The history of Irish DNA, a genetic odyssey. Long ago, before the written word, the island now known as Ireland was a land of mystery and magic to outsiders. A place where the rugged coastlines met ancient forests and where the people spoke in tongues of old. The story of Irish DNA is not just a tale of where they came from, but a narrative woven through time, through migrations, conquests, and the quiet evolution of a people. The first settlers, our journey begins millennia ago, with the first human footprints on the Emerald Isle. These early settlers were part of the Western hunter-gatherers, a group related to the earliest farmers of Europe. They arrived from the south, likely crossing from Britain or further afield from the Iberian Peninsula, bringing with them the knowledge of hunting and the deep understanding of the land's bounty. Their DNA, rich with the genetic markers of Mesolithic Europe, would become the foundation upon which the tapestry of Irish genetics was woven. The Neolithic Revolution. As the ice retreated and the climate warmed, new waves of people brought with them the Neolithic Revolution. These were the farmers, coming from the Fertile Crescent, through Europe, carrying with them domesticated animals and seeds of wheat and barley. Their arrival is marked in the Irish DNA as genes associated with farming, lactose tolerance, and other agricultural traits began to emerge. Burial sites like Saïda Fields in County Mayo stand as testaments to their presence, where the soil whispers tales of their lives through the grains and bones left behind. Bronze and iron. The Bronze Age brought the Beaker people, named for their distinctive bell-shaped pottery. Originating from the steppes of Eastern Europe, they introduced new technology and cultural practices. They were warriors, traders, and metalworkers, and their genetic legacy includes the Y-DNA haplogroup R1b, which today dominates much of Western Europe. The mixing of these genes with the existing Irish population began to shape the unique genetic profile of Ireland. As the Iron Age dawned, so did the Celtic tribes. The term Celtic itself is contentious, often used to describe a cultural rather than a genetic group, but their influence on Ireland was undeniable. They left behind tales of heroes, tales of gods, and perhaps most importantly, a language that would evolve into modern Irish. Their genetic input, while less pronounced in direct lineage, added to the diversity of the Irish genetic pool. The Viking Interlude. In the 9th century, the Vikings came. From the north, they arrived with their longships, seeking plunder but staying for trade, settlement, and intermarriage. Their DNA, marked by haplogroups like R1a, found its way into the Irish gene pool, particularly along the coasts where their settlements were strongest. Names like Dublin, from Dublin, Black Pool, echo this Norse influence. Norman conquest and beyond the 12th century introduced the Normans, who brought not just conquest but a significant blend of genetic material from France and Scandinavia. Their arrival is noted in historical records and in the genetic markers that suggest a subtle yet persistent influence on Irish genetics, especially in the eastern parts of the island. The modern era. Fast forward through the centuries of British rule, famines, and mass emigration, each event leaving its own mark on the Irish gene pool. The Great Famine in the 19th century led to a diaspora that spread Irish genes worldwide, yet those who remained or returned continued to shape the genetic landscape of Ireland today. The Irish DNA tells a story of continuity and change, of isolation and integration. Studies reveal a high degree of genetic homogeneity within Ireland due to centuries of insularity, yet the ancient migration patterns are still evident in the diversity of haplogroups present. Modern genetic technologies allow us to trace these lineages back through time, connecting the contemporary Irish to the ancient peoples who first called this island home. Thus, the history of Irish DNA is one of resilience and adaptation, a story where each chapter adds layers to the genetic identity of a people, creating a rich mosaic that is uniquely Irish, yet universally human.